Thankfully, it looks like she actually broke it up into
She
paragraphs, which is
did. She
nice.
did.
Some
Sometimes
people,
it's just
a
like
fucking wall of text.
Hi, hello, how are you? I'm so happy that you're here. I have a special guest. I managed to get him back, kicking and screaming.
I still haven't received my royalty check from last time. My lawyers will be contacting
I'll be sending them right to spam.
you.
You'll be getting no check from me. Okay.
So we're doing like a super, super speedy, fast rendition here.
Because I only have this man for like 30 minutes. So I kind of have like a theme of like money matters.
Money matters.
I didn't really mean to pull this theme together, but then I
Okay.
realized all of the stories were in some way related to cash money.
Show me the money.
Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First story is our longest one, so bear with me. The other two are pretty short.
I'm working on my patience this year, so this is great.
Good.
We're
Good
exercising it.
practice. Good practice. You see, I'm going to bill you for my therapy services.
Fair. It'll all balance out in the end, as all things should be.
Okay, so first story is coming from Am I the Asshole? It's 18 days old from Glimmer Elsewhere. It is titled, Am I the asshole for telling my friend that I won't be paying $25 to attend her birthday party?
Well, okay, $25, but we don't know what it could be. It could be maybe this for a cover charge or something like that.
My female 22 friend, female 22, is turning 23 this year. She has not had a birthday party in a few years because her birthday falls on the week of Thanksgiving, and when she tried to have one on her 18th birthday, only 5 people showed up, and that's not including her immediate family when she invited multiple friends, provided catering, and the food with money from her own pocket. She has since dropped certain friends for their behavior towards her. They were pretty valid reasons, though not important to this. She has a new friend group that treat her great and show up to hang out and they're there when things and are there when things are tough. The grammar sometimes is rough.
Grammar's never been a thing on the internet, so we got to bear with us here as we read through these very long paragraphs. Thankfully, it looks like she actually broke it up into
She
paragraphs, which is
did.
nice.
She did. Sometimes it's just like
fucking wall of text. Break it up into paragraphs, people. Remember English 101.
But people can't read these days.
That's
so.
true. Yeah, remember I told you about that that statistic I read the other day that it's like only like 30 or 40% of the US population reads.
It's really bad. I really feel
Explains
like
a lot.
I'm a Victorian orphan, like I'm living in those times.
Terrible.
Anyway, and are there when things get tough, or are there when there's an emergency in her life. I've been her friend since we were both 13. For this year, even though it's not a significant birthday, it's a new beginning for her, and she says it feels like a rebirth in a way. And a weight has been lifted off her shoulders, so she wants to go all out for this birthday. Catering from her favorite place, her favorite performer who offers to perform at events, decorations, etc. When she told me about this, I was supportive and told her she should do it, until she told me roughly how much this party would cost her. The performer's fee alone would be $605.
This is for the clown.
I am ready to clown around.
You're assuming it's a clown?
Okay, fine. It's for the magician.
Magic.
I'd love a magician.
I would too, to be perfectly honest with you. I love magic.
I know.
So Steven's making an assumption that it's a clown or a magician. So the performer's fee is $605.50. And then the catering would be around 100 to 200 people if she invited 25 to 30 people. What catering are you going to get that's $100 that feeds 25 to 30 people? Cereal?
I don't know. That seems really, really, really cheap, for real. For that many people, $100 only.
Okay.
It's odd.
And then the decorations, she said, would be using some that she had at home already or DIYing them.
We just have to live with the fact that we have a dog and she pitter patters all over the place.
Up here. Come up here. Okay, sit down now. I don't know if you'll be in the shot. And then the decorations, she said she would be using some that she has at home already or DIYing them with her family. She wants it to be Little Mermaid themed since she recently made a cosplay of her favorite character, Melody, from the sequels. And she wanted to wear that for the party. She's turning 23, mind you.
I didn't even know
She's
that
turning.
there were
There are
sequels to The Little
sequels.
Mermaid.
There are sequels. They're direct to DVD.
Direct. That explains it.
She would be spending about $1,000 for this entire event herself. I already knew it because when she throws a party, she throws a party. Even though no one showed up for the last one she hosted for herself, it was amazing. Now she wants to have people pay her $25 to RSVP so she can use that money to pay the live performer and take off the most major weight of what she'll be paying for the event. She asked me what I thought, and I told her, quote unquote, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. She knows how blunt I am and has told me before, if I'm being stupid, call me out on it. So that's what I did. No one that I know in our friend group is going to pay $25 to go to a birthday party they were invited to. If I'm invited to a birthday party, then I should be going for free and using my money to buy her a gift, not using that money to pay for entertainment that is supposed to be for everyone to enjoy. She called me a bitch and told me to leave before she said something she'd regret. Since I'm so close to her family, her mother texted me saying that whatever I said to her really hurt her, and that she's been upset since I left and I should apologize. She asked me a question and I simply answered within my opinion, am I the asshole?
I think it makes sense to contribute towards like a friend's birthday party if like you are going to a like you're going to reserve a table like at a bar or club or something, you know. Then I think it could make sense. Like, hey, everybody, if you want to pitch in, you know, whatever, $20 so I can get this table, and then we can all enjoy the music or whatever that's going to be playing there. That's one thing I feel is like normal. But this sounds like this is going to be like at her house or something, and then she's hiring what
A mystery
a
performer.
mystery, either a magician or a Little Mermaid reenactor. I don't know what, I don't know exactly what it's going to be. But seems very specific, and again it's at their house, so like yeah, this is one of those cases where it's like, no, you need to, these people are coming here to celebrate you, but you are the what do you call it, like the, what's the word I'm looking for, the host. You're the host, so you're like at the host people, and like she said, she's gonna be, you know, the social expectation I suppose is the people coming to your birthday would ideally bring you some sort of gift, right? So that's the reciprocation there. Like, I'm providing you food and entertainment and hopefully alcohol, and um, and in turn I'm going to get you a gift, perhaps, you know, like that's a kind of like the social understanding in American or US circles, I guess, mostly, and I think most other places around the world. So yeah, no, this girl just sounds, she kind of sounds like a spoiled brat a little bit. So yeah, not the asshole.
Okay, so my opinion is a little bit different than yours, a
Okay.
tad. I think soft asshole,
Okay.
because I agree with you that if I'm having people over to my home, I pride myself, in my personal opinion, of being a pretty good host. I like the house to be clean and all the sheets are nice. And like if someone's sitting on the couch, I'm like upset if they get up to like go get themselves something to eat or drink. I mean, they have every right to do that. People are welcome to have whatever they want in my home, but I want to be the one who's like serving you and catering to you and all those things. So in my home, this is my domain and I want to take care of you, even
Right.
if the event is something that's for me. So if
Mm-hmm.
someone comes to my house, I'm not going to expect them to pay for whatever food or drink. Now, I might say something like, I have XYZ alcohol or drinks. If you want anything else, you can feel free to bring that. But I assure you that there is going to be food, drink, water, snacks, dessert. There's going to be all those things there.
Okay.
So there's that. But the reason why I think soft asshole is the delivery. This is your friend of like
Oh, the way
however
she
many years, and
responded.
she said that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. That's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
rude.
I guess that is true. I didn't think
Don't
about
talk
that.
to your friend that way.
Yeah, yeah. She definitely could have worked on her delivery a little bit, for sure.
She absolutely could have been like, listen, whatever her name is, Amy. That's the last name I gave somebody else in a story. Listen, Amy, girl, I love you. I don't think anybody in our friend group is going to want to spend money to come to a birthday party at your home. Maybe find like an alternative performer,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you ask people to do like potluck style, like instead of bringing me a gift, if you can contribute to this so that people aren't spending double money, right?
Right.
In lieu of gifts, I'd rather have you contribute to the performer or bring some kind of like food so that we have like something to eat or something.
Okay.
I would maybe say that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you. I think that I didn't really think about that at all. The way she responded. But yeah, that was kind of dickish. So yeah. So would you say soft asshole?
Soft
It's a
asshole.
funny way to phrase that. Actually. As opposed to a hard ass.
Hard
Hard
ass.
Okay. No,
Oh,
word.
Sprout also thinks soft asshole. All right, let's read some of these comments.
Has anybody ever seen the cat? Has she ever shown up
I
on
think I showed a
camera?
picture. I showed a picture of her once. She's never shown up on camera. She's very elusive.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
So, oh, look, gentle. Maybe that's better. Gentle, you're the asshole
Mm.
for how you worded it and reacted. It took me 2 minutes to spin this into, in lieu of gifts. Wow, I'm like psychic. In lieu of gifts, please consider
Oh
giving
yeah,
$25 to
that's
help
another good
cover
option.
expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need to give her any advice and instead bashed her for her idea. Second opinion here. You aren't being invited to like a dinner. You're being invited to a catered event with an entertainer. Paying $25 for her to have this experience she wants is the present she wants. You'd rather have the birthday person be out $1,000 and have $30 knickknacks. It doesn't seem like you're being a very supportive friend since the amount of money itself isn't the issue. You will only support her if it's within the very prescribed routine way. You're the asshole.
Yeah. So, but I don't. But here's the thing: to what do you call it? OP's point, or OP from OP's perspective, I don't think she said that who do we Amy is like told her like, hey, like instead of getting me a gift, do the $25. I don't think she specified that in the original post.
She did
right?
not specify that.
So, I mean, maybe it's an implicit understanding, but yeah, I don't know if it's 100% fair to blame OP for that necessarily, but this whole situation could have been, solved if Amy in this scenario was just like, hey, like saying that exactly that, like if you don't get me a gift, help me pay for this entertainer. That's your gift.
Right. I feel like this initial conversation could have been very easily resolved if one or the other brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think being the host, she definitely should have been the one to clarify that.
Mm-hmm.
She could have explained to OP, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. I want people to contribute. Instead of gifts, I'd rather have them do that. She didn't say that, right? Then OP, who's being asked this, who thinks this idea is ludicrous. Oh, shit. She could have then asked, hey, like, are you expecting people to buy you gifts and contribute? Because I don't think people are going to want to do both.
Right.
So I think if they just communicated with each other easier, we would have had a much better turnout here instead of, Amy being mad and OP being like, am I the asshole here? So these friends of like a decade need to learn how to talk to each other better.
Yeah, I think we may have covered this the last time we talked, but, I think a good rule of thumb that I think we reference a lot when we talk about these things is, take a pause, take a minute. Don't just blurt out the first thing that comes into your head, just like wait a second, give your mind time to process, because maybe she could have come to this kind of conclusion. But a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this, you're not really listening to the other person. You just like kind of, and I don't know if it's our brains that just kind of try to autocomplete things. Some people's brains process faster than others. And so, like, you ready your response before they've even finished. And before I feel like you've given your brain proper time to, like, process the information. So, yeah, let the person finish and give yourself a minute before responding. Because a lot of times she probably just had this. The moment that girl probably said, like, hey, $25 for this thing, her brain probably was already thinking, this is fucking bullshit, Before she, like, thought about it for a second. And maybe she would have come to that, like, conclusion of, like, hey, but do you want this instead of a gift? So take a minute, everybody.
Take a beat.
Take a pause.
Yeah. She wasn't like listening and processing. She was just like waiting to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
So. All right. Well, so are you in agreement now? Like,
yeah.
Soft asshole?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, soft asshole.
Okay, great. Next story. This is also from Am I the Asshole? It is titled, Am I the Asshole for Asking My Friend to Pay Me Back for the Wine He Drank While House Sitting? It's from Effective Tour 723. It is 17 hours old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Any initial thoughts on that title?
So this is a new game before I get it. I mean, my initial reaction is that, yeah, this guy's an asshole. Like, because if I'm inviting my friends, the first thing I tell people, I don't know if we've ever had friends house sit for us, actually.
Yeah, kind of. Come cat sit.
Huh?
Cat sit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. I wish we could get the cat right now. She looks gorgeous.
Incredible.
She's like in the
She's
sun.
She's such a diva in the sun right now. Look at her. She's an absolute magnificent creature. She's absolutely gorgeous. I just can't.
But what I was going to say was, normally the things I tell people is like, help yourself. Drink and eat whatever you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, I guess there's like an understanding is like, I don't know if that necessarily means drink all of my alcohol, but if you drink like a bottle of wine or two, I'm probably not going to give a shit. But yeah, I'm curious to see. I think this is going to be the quantity, that's going to determine whether he's an asshole or not. Okay. Like if it's like he drank like 5 bottles of liquor or whatever, then I'm like, yeah, damn, dude, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? But let's see.
The story goes. So I, 26 female, had my friend, 27 male, over to watch my place and my cat for the weekend.
Oh, look at that. There's a cat.
I told him he could help himself to whatever in the kitchen, which I thought was just like common sense for snacks and stuff. Mm-hmm. I get back and realize he opened this $120 bottle of vintage Barolo I was saving for my promotion.
Okay, so that's bordering. It's definitely bordering.
We actually went to Italy last year, and we were in the Piedmont region where Barolo is from. It is an incredibly expensive wine.
It is a very expensive wine.
Very
we were very lucky
wine.
to even be able to go on that trip. But yeah, Turin is actually, remember, I've always told you this. Yeah. It was Milan and Turin, and I definitely preferred Turin. Turin is like way more chill than Milan. Mm-hmm. But similar vibe, like a similar architecture, but Barolo, one thing to know about it is like you have to give it a second, because remember, like when you first taste it,
it dries out your mouth like completely for a second.
It gives you like this kind of shock in your palate, but then like if you take like the second or third sip, you're like, oh shit, this is what everybody's talking about.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
And I don't know really shit about wine. I like drinking it. You were like so good at like picking out the fucking notes. Yeah, she has a very refined palate apparently. To me, I was just like, tastes like alcohol. But it does. It did. Like I could tell the difference in the sense of like the Barolo versus like, the other shit we had. What was the other one that was really good?
Barbera.
Yeah, Barbera. That one was really good too. And you could tell the difference. Like I could tell the difference between the wines, but not those subtle notes, man. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that was a fucking segue. But
so if you like red wine and you like dry wine specifically, and you haven't heard of Barolo, I would definitely recommend it
for a special occasion.
For a special occasion, again, it is pricey, so I understand a little bit of OP's strife here. But let's get back to the story. He literally drank the whole thing alone while watching Netflix. When I asked him about it, he got all weird and said I gave him permission because the wine was in the kitchen. Like, okay, but who drinks $100 bottle of wine without asking first?
I mean, to be fair, he probably didn't know it was $100. He probably just looked.
It's wine.
Yeah, he probably just saw it. It's like, this is a fucking red wine, you know? So he just drank it. He didn't know. Like, I'm assuming that's what happened. I'm assuming he had no idea what the fuck Barolo was, how much this thing cost. You know, maybe the smart thing would have been like, hey, you know, can I drink this wine? You know, but I guess he kind of understood help yourself, you know, and that means I'm going to drink your shit, you know?
Right?
So I don't know.
Not done though.
So, okay, sorry. We're jumping to conclusions on this one.
I sent him a Venmo for $80. I gave him a discount. LOL. And now he's calling me tacky and told our group chat I'm a bad host. I feel like there's literally an unwritten rule of guest logic where you don't touch the most expensive thing in the house. If I tell you to help yourself to my garage, if I tell you to help yourself to my garage, it doesn't mean you just drive off in my car. IDK, am I the asshole here? He's making me feel like I'm being extra, but I feel like he totally took advantage of me. IDK, it's also just $120.
Yeah. So again, I think this was just, I think he's overreacting a little bit in the sense of, again, my thought process, my hypothesis is that he didn't know. He had no idea what the fuck Barolo was. He just assumed it was a red wine. The guy said, help yourself. So he helped himself to the bottle of wine. The lesson for OP is be more fucking specific maybe next time, or put that shit away.
That's my solution. My solution, if I ever don't want someone to eat something in my house, because like I just said, I'm such a great host, you can have everything except this. But like,
yeah, that's a weird thing to say anyway. Like you're like, have this, this, and this, but stay away from that.
Like
just put it away.
Take the bottle of wine, the bottles of alcohol, whatever, and put it in your closet.
Yeah.
Put it in your room and lock the door or whatever. You said help yourself to whatever's in the kitchen. It was in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's fair
and like
game.
I said, for what you were mentioning earlier, quantity definitely does matter. If you're like, help yourself, and he literally emptied out your fridge, that would be weird. Mm-hmm. So quantity does matter as well, I guess. But like, you know, a normal person would maybe have like a bag of chips, some soda, maybe some wine or something, maybe like a couple glasses of like a scotch or whatever. But whatever, you know, if it's in the kitchen, if it's in the pantry, I'm going to help myself to it. And if the homeboy isn't a wine connoisseur, if he's not a sommelier, he's not going to be like, Barolo, from the Piedmont region of 1852. He's not going to fucking think that.
Most people, I think, just don't know that shit. So we didn't know about it until we went to this fucking place.
And we've been drinking wine for a long time.
So I honestly, it's very likely I would have made that mistake, you know, if I didn't have that education. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think the OP is a fucking asshole and should just get over it. And just be like, the fact that he even called him out on it, yeah, he's a dickhead. Like, just dude, like, be like, you know, get home and you'd be like, fuck, you know, and use that promotion money to buy yourself a new Barolo, I guess, you know. Lesson learned.
Yeah. I mean, one more thing I'll add from like the guest POV, personally, in terms of alcohol, because I know people can save certain bottles of wine or alcohol for special occasions. So if it were me, even if it was a bottle of wine that was in the kitchen already and it didn't specifically say like Trader Joe's wine or something like that, I don't know if I would open a whole bottle of wine, because I might be like, this might be OP's favorite wine. I'm not going to open this bottle. If there's a bottle of liquor and it's already opened, then I'd be like, I can help myself to that. Personally, I probably would not open a bottle of wine. But again, I think at the end of the day, OP is the asshole. She should have specifically said, don't drink this one though, or she should have just put it in her fucking closet and called it a day.
Yep.
So first comment here, you're the asshole. Expensive and cheap bottles of wine look the same to people who don't know wine.
Exactly.
Be more precise in your instructions for the person doing you a favor. He assumed that you only have cheap bottles of wine because you cavalierly said to help himself. This is so tacky. This is 25,000 upvotes.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Fucking moron. Sorry, I'm being really harsh on this person.
We're never gonna cat sit for this person.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will if she's got Barolo.
This is your friend. You know what I mean? Like, this is just some stranger. You know, like, why are you being like that?
Yeah, why are
the
you
whole point of
assuming?
friendships is that you essentially run off of a gift economy. For people out there, Google gift economy. Okay, so but basically means like you do something I do something for you, you do something for me, but we're not like keeping track. You know what I mean? It's like in the sense of like it's not supposed to be like a direct reciprocation. Like I did something that's worth $50, you have to reciprocate to me $50. That's not what it means. Basically, it means like I do something for you, and it may have some sort of value, and then all that's an expectation from you, from the person receiving the gift, is that you just got to do something for me sometime in the future. Sorry, sometime in the future, right? And it doesn't have to be equitable. The whole point is that you're actually keeping each other almost like in a social debt, and that's basically how friendships function. So he did you the favor. He drank the bottle of wine. That's it. Like that's the implicit exchange. Like ridiculous, man.
If you were gonna pay a house sitter, you probably would have paid them about $120 anyway. So
there you go.
All right, so last story here. My sister is demanding I pay her $5,000 for her wedding because I don't have kids. This is coming from actually true off my chest. It's 11 hours old. It's from Sweaty Bedroom 1006.
Wow. Okay.
I knew this one would be your favorite because I know how much you want kids.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Borderline antinatalist, basically.
So my older sister, 30 female, is getting married in June. She's always been the princess of the family, but this is getting ridiculous. She called me last night crying about how her dream venue is over budget and they're short like $5,000. Instead of like cutting the guest list or getting a cheaper dress, she tells me that since I'm 23, single, and don't have any real responsibilities or kids, I should be the one to cover the difference.
How old is this person again? Did they say?
OP is 23. Her sister is 30.
Okay,
They're
so
both
she's
females.
very young still. What the fuck? You have no real responsibilities. Okay.
She literally said, it's an investment in our family's happiness.
Have you lost your mind?
I told her she's delusional. And I'm trying to save for a house. Then my mom calls me 10 minutes later saying I'm being selfish and that I'm going to ruin my sister's only big day. She says she'll make it up to me later, but I know I'm never seeing that money again if I give it away. Now my sister is posting passive-aggressive stuff on Facebook about how you really see people's true colors during hard times. And my aunts are blowing up my group chat. The worst part is her fiance is actually wealthy. Like, he drives a brand new BMW, but apparently his parents already did enough by paying for the bar. I feel like I'm being gaslit by my entire family into paying for a party I didn't even want to go to anymore. I told them if they mention the 5K again, I'm just gonna not show up. And now everyone's calling me a monster. Am I actually the one being crazy here? Because I feel like I'm losing my mind.
So basically the sister's asking her to pay invest.
Not
invest $5,000 in her wedding.
This is your opportunity to invest now.
So my gut reaction here is that no, you're not the asshole. Your sister sounds fucking nuts. But then I start to think about it halfway through, and I'm like, okay, is it because the sister needs help? Like, she would like to have this wedding. Is she asking to borrow $5,000? And again, this is family, right? So sometimes you have to help your family with, again, not expecting reciprocation. Sometimes you got to help your family and you have to give them money, So that's what I started to think, right? It's like, maybe this girl just needs money, right? Like, so just help her out. Again, 23 years old is pretty young. Everybody's fucking broke now. So, like that's another fucking statistic to look up. Like most US citizens can barely afford like $1,000 emergency. So not a lot of people just have $5,000 laying around. So there's that possibility too. So it could be asking a lot of your sister to just give me $5,000 for my wedding. This one's very mixed. But then that last part you said about her husband supposedly being wealthy, like what the fuck then? Why are you asking me to fucking pay for your, or whatever, let you borrow $5,000, like go back to your husband's wealthy family for it or whatever. So I'm a little mixed about this, but I think I'm leaning towards she's not the asshole. I think the sister is like a little nuts, especially going on. I can't stand people that just blast their personal life on social media and shit. Like in this situation, like just basically calling your sister out and all this shit. Like, what are people doing, dude? Like I have such a negative opinion of that. Like I don't know. Keep your personal life personal. I don't think social media is the place to like blast your fucking problems out to the world. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're expecting. Kind of sympathy. It's one thing, I guess, like you're asking for help, but it's another thing if you're just like, I don't know, bitching about shit. Like bitching about shit that's like related to like a family member or friend is just really fucking fucked up and tacky, I feel like.
I agree. I think that this sister, like not OP, like OP's sister is a raving lunatic, in my opinion. I don't think OP is the asshole here. I could not imagine me being 30 years old and asking my sister, who is 7 years younger than me, she's 23, probably graduated college. If she went to college, she probably graduated college 2 years ago. I don't know a ton of people who just have like thousands of dollars at the age of like 21, 22, 23 to just give you, because it doesn't specify here at all that it's like a loan. She's saying that my sister is demanding I pay her $5,000. Her mom is saying, I'll like, make it up to you, but make it up to you isn't the same as I will pay you back. In her mom's eyes, her mom could be like, oh, I'll like, I don't know, I'll take you on a vacation later on in the year. But it's like, I don't want to go on a vacation. I want my $5,000 back, especially because she's like saving for a house. That's so responsible of her. And in my opinion, paying for a house is a much better investment than paying for a wedding. I know a lot of people have this vision of like, especially, women have this vision in their head of what their wedding day is going to look like. They want to, have their big dream day. They want to look like a princess. They want the specific venue. But I think it's just nuts for your older sister to be coming to you asking for that money and demanding that money, especially when, your fiance's got money like that. Like I would either try to find a way to get his family to invest more, or I would just cut back on something else. Yeah. If your flowers are like $20,000, be like, maybe we don't need flowers like at the entrance of the building. If your like dress is a $10,000 dress, maybe be like, okay, I don't need the like crystal belt and like the $10,000 veil to go with it. Just find a couple ways to cut back, and then you can spend that $5,000 somewhere else.
Yeah, I think we're also missing like a lot of information. Like it's a very small paragraph that she's posting, so maybe we're missing some nuance to the situation, but based upon what she's giving us, I think the sister is the asshole, not the original poster. What do the people say?
Absolutely. If they disagree, I don't know what. So top comment, tell the ones blowing up the group chat that they're more than welcome to volunteer the $5,000 themselves. Yeah, I think that's another crazy thing. It's like, if it's just this thing in between you and your sister, and then your mom's like, come on, how about your sister? Your sister loves you. I'll make it up to you. That's like, whatever, a situation that you can deal with, whatever. But like now all your aunts and uncles and cousins are like, you're a monster. And I'm like, wait, what? Yeah. Because I feel like if you ran this general idea to just people on the street and was like, do you think that OP's nuts for not wanting to just give her sister $5,000 for a wedding because she has no kids and no responsibilities? I guarantee you 9 out of 10 people would be like, no, that's nuts.
Yeah, agreed.
Next comment. Oh, from OP actually. Literally, I told them that, and my mom started crying, saying that she's retired and on a fixed income. But apparently, my savings account is just free money for everyone else. The entitlement is actually making me sick.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Someone else says, just tell them you don't have the money. It doesn't matter if it's a lie. Obviously, they shouldn't be asking to begin with. It's extremely entitled and rude. But if you can't be bothered to have this conversation, tell them there's no money and that's that. Honestly, at this point, just tell them, fuck you.
Yeah. So.
And the last person says, it's actually not a lie. She doesn't have the money for the wedding because she's saving it for a house. So yeah, like my money's tied up. I can't give you that.
My money's tied up in all sorts of investments, stocks and bonds.
What
What is what's a fancy word for that? Like equities.
What was the Tinder swindler?
Oh my God, pray. I need this money for my enemies. That story was fucking
That story
absolutely
was
nuts.
crazy. Yeah, no, she's absolutely not the asshole. Girl, save that money, buy yourself a house. I bet you that whatever house you end up buying is gonna be like something that lasts longer than your sister's marriage anyway. They'll probably end up divorced.
Yikes. Yikes.
That's it, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. It was wonderful having you. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure. Pleasure.
Anytime. It was great. Always fun.
It was great.
Until next time.
Next time. Bye.